Hi everyone, welcome to another video by ESL Proficiency. In our first video, we discussed rule number 1, which is no clutter. In this video, we're gonna talk about the second rule you should follow while writing. Be clear and specific. Imagine you've just watched a movie and you wanna write about it. And this is what you have come up with. I think the movie might be considered by some a great one. The leading actor, Mr. Smith, is believed to be good at his role. Similarly, Mrs. Jones, the leading actress, is loved by the viewers for her great performance. Does the writer sound confident to you? Has he or she expressed his or her opinion clearly? Well, the writer doesn't sound confident at all, and his or her opinion is not clear, because there is too much passive voice. A passive voice is a structure like the movie might be considered. Mr. Smith is believed to be. Too much use of it will make your writing sound weak and vague. So, here is the question. When do we use passive voice? Number 1. When the doer of the action is not important because we want to focus on the action itself. For example, the TV set was fixed. In this sentence, we just want to focus on the action, which is fixing the TV set. Number 2. When we want to avoid giving our opinion. Take, for example, this sentence. Mr. Smith is believed to be good at his role. Does the writer believe so too? Well, we don't know because the passive voice in this sentence tells us that there are some people who believe this, but whether the writer is among these people is unclear. Maybe yes, maybe no. In other words, we use passive voice to give facts, not opinions. Now, take a look at our original example again and try to fix it. And here is the fix. I think the movie is great. The leading actor, Mr. Smith, is very good at his role. Similarly, Mrs. Jones, the leading actress, is loved by the viewers for her great performance. This example is a little better, but still needs improving. But first, let's see what we just did. In the first two sentences, I stated my opinion clearly. The movie is great and Mr. Smith is good. In our third example, I could do the same and say I loved Mrs. Jones, but I chose to stick with the passive voice to A. Talk about the viewers and not just myself, presenting facts. And B. Add variety to my sentence structures. Now, as you can see, we improved the sentence a little. Now, our opinion is clear, but is the example specific enough? The answer is no again, because we have used unclear or vague language. For example, when we say the movie is great, we are not being specific. What do we mean by great? Are we talking about writing, directing, acting, or something else? Simply put, your words should create a mental picture or express precise emotion. So, try to be specific in your writing without cluttering your work. This may sound difficult, but think about it and try to make the example more specific and interesting to read before you continue. And here is one possible way to make it better. The writing of the movie is so engaging that keeps the audience glued to their seats. The leading actor, Mr. Smith, portrays the role of a father so well that the viewers can feel his hardships throughout the movie. Similarly, Mrs. Jones is adored by everyone because of her mesmerizing performance as a loving mother. Now, My opinion of the movie and the actors are not clear. My sentences are specific because the reader can now understand why I like this movie. I have used passive voice to add variety without making my opinion unclear. And finally, the text is not cluttered. Well, you can also write about specific scenes from the movie to provide examples to your opinion. As a matter of fact, this makes the text even more specific. However, you should also be careful. If you go on and on in your paragraph talking about why the actors are good, you risk cluttering your work by repeating similar ideas, which ruins your writing. Now, you might ask a question. Well, this final version is longer. Doesn't it break the first rule which says try to be concise or avoid clutter? Well, the answer is, when you write, you need to give certain amount of information so that you don't confuse your reader. In our example, the information about why the actors were good was necessary, so we had to include it while being as concise as we could. Now, our final tip doesn't have anything to do with our example, but it is very important. Avoid cliché. A cliché is a phrase or sentence that has been used so much over time that has lost its effectiveness among native speakers. Most of the time, there is a story behind these clichés. When they were first used, they were interesting to people because they were new, but now they're not so much. Therefore, it is unnecessary to use them. In other words, clichés just clutter your work. For example, instead of saying, "It's raining cats and dogs," use, "It's raining heavily," or "It's pouring." This way, you make your writing concise and clear. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked this video, please hit subscribe for more videos and don't forget to comment. In our next video, we're going to talk about the third rule. See you then.